callers so far. All right, good morning. Welcome aboard. Susan, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Did you get up and running? Charles get you up and running, or did you get your system all set up? You got the strategies all moving this morning? If you do, let me know. I'd like to hear which one your number one strategy is this morning. I've got some out of the gate here, fired up. So we're gonna put one to work today. I've got all right, Kim, welcome back. Trading gold today, Kim. All right, Toby's back. Welcome aboard. We're locked in. All right, Charles is awesome. I know. So lucky he's on our team. Let me tell you how Charles came to us. This is so lucky. So he was a client. You know, I think there's that hair commercial long ago or whatever it is, but no, he was a client, and he just kept helping people in Discord. So he reached out to us and said, yeah, I'd like to, you know, I like what I do, and I'd like to help other people. I said, really? I said, okay, well, let's make this a win-win. So he's on our team now, and that was really awesome. In fact, we have another guy, Isaac. He's now joining our team and helping out. So really appreciate the grassroots growth here that we've got. We're in a huge trade right here. I've got this is the NQ running, and I've got the bot and the drone making big money already this morning. Susan's gold nugget and haymaker. Yep. Okay, good. So you can kind of see here, Susan. This is fun. I know when I watch Rory that I already know what happens before he does. But right now I'm sitting at, looks like about 500. Yeah, Charles is awesome. Lucky's on our team. He knows his stuff inside and out too, which is really helpful. In fact, him and Sergio we have a morning meeting every morning, and they stayed after the meeting to work on the release. So you know, we've been working behind the scenes trying to get, you know, figure out how to get rid of that annoying message that comes up. So they're working on the release right now, packaging it up, and we'll put it in Discord hopefully this afternoon, and you'll be able to get it downloaded. So you know, if you don't really need it downloaded, if your machine doesn't get hung up, we had our server, which is a 16 mega RAM, and it was getting hung up. So what I mean by that is that alarm message or that informational message was sometimes I had to hit OK like, you know, over 100 times. So Sergio has done some work on the programming, and what happened was, you know, with this AI, we're really, you know, doing a lot of data storage and analysis. So you know, we're bogging down the computers, and so he kind of lightened the load a little bit, and you know, I've got it on this machine again. This is my R&D machine, and I have the software loaded on this, so hopefully we don't get the message here today. I've had it twice since I've had the new software, so it still is a thing, but it's not as prevalent as it was. So we'll just kind of hold tight, and hopefully we can get rid of it entirely. So kind of go around the room here a little bit. Best strategy to date. So since this release, Kim, the best strategy that I have, and I've got you know, I've got 3 computers now. We're getting a little bit wobbly on our results. What I mean by that is, you know, every time we have to do work on the program, you know, my numbers, you know, maybe get I have to shut it down for an hour or 2 or whatever. But right now it looks like on this machine up here,
order submitted.
The best strategy is the YM10 range, Signal A AI drone, followed by the retirement plan, followed by the Dow Diamond. Um, I can do some trade performance here on this machine also, and bring that open here behind the scenes, and then slide it over in a little bit. And when you say today, as you know, these are continually optimized. So we tend to look at it on the week better than, because you change the settings, and a week goes by, and then maybe a couple more weeks, and then you change the settings or whatever. So, it's hard to look at it as a long term, because the settings do change here and there. But I would say the ones that I trade and you'll watch today, the ones I trade are the NQ, the Haymaker version of it, or the retirement plan. Those are, I've always say that, those are my favorite. But that's, if I was just looking at numbers, the YM is our best one since this new release. The YM has been doing the best, followed by, I believe, the GC Signal B. So since the 26th, the new release, the AI release, the YM Signal A is number one, the drone. Then the GC Signal B drone, that's number two, and then usually the retirement plan is number three. What's your best on your machine, Kim? Are you and how long have you been a client? How long have you had the software? This morning I want to kind of go through a setup to add some accounts to a trade copier. Want to kind of show you that process, and hope that I can make a couple of trades in that account, and move some quick cash. Okay, so you've been with us for a while. Which one do you think is your best, Kim? I think you trade gold, right? From what I remember. So just getting settled in this morning. It's about 9:43, so I'm gonna take a look and kind of see. Looks like we're kind of stuck in this little range here. Had a nice drop early around 7. I want to show something new that I learned, and I learned something new from Rory yesterday too about the software I didn't know about either. I didn't know that he could put you can attach your stop to an indicator. That's really clever. That was the first I had seen that before, so that was a neat little feature that he showed us yesterday. I found a feature last night when I was messing with this that's interesting. And I messed with it last night. I want to show you what this is. This is really cool. So you don't even need to put a profit target in your strategy if you don't want to. And I typically don't really want to. I just move my stop behind price. So I'm going to show you a setup that I worked on last night. And you can kind of see how that works. What it is it's just a regular strategy, but this time you just do a trailing stop, and it's really a neat little strategy. If you can get the amount of ticks adjusted properly, this thing could be a real money maker.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So right here, we'll edit this one. This is this is the one that I was messing with last night and learned this new little trick. Tara, good morning. Awesome, welcome aboard. I want to show you this little trick I learned last night. So we're going to create a new strategy. This time we're going to do it without a profit target. And what it'll do is the stop will just get set, and then we'll set it for how many ticks that we want it to trail. And it'll just trail price and really just kind of be like a little tag along. So let's kind of look at how you would do that. So I have this one set up, but you could do a right click, new strategy. I'm gonna go ahead and just edit this one. We can look at it and see if you guys like it, and then you can look at it and see if you want to do it yourself. So I just took a Haymaker strategy and I just opened it up. And down here is really where the change is. And what you'll notice is there's no first profit target. And right now I have them set at 8 ticks, but let's that was for at night. At night when the volume's real slow. You don't want too many ticks, but you don't want too little either. So, but right now when the volume's high, they'll go get price probably 12 ticks away from where you are, potentially. So we want to trail by probably at least 12, I'm thinking. So this is kind of the setup. So what this is going to do is just going to put an order in, and then the stop will just trail price by 12 ticks. So this one's signal B and signal A. So I've got it going to fire basically any time that we get a signal. And I'm just using Sim 101 just as a generic account.
Order filled. Order submit. Order filled.
Let me make sure I'm not. Oh, I do have it using it as another one. I don't want to. I only want to have one of them running at a time.
Order submitted.
Okay, so now we can watch Sim 101 and kind of see what that looks like.
Order submitted.
So what it does, it just puts the order in, and again, it's 12 ticks away. It's probably not enough right now because price is continuing to do this. So I just got to figure out how many a good number is right now. Probably, I was thinking probably 26 would be a good number. So we'll change this now to about, let's go to about 20. We'll go to 24.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, just had to close that position because it took another trade on me. But now we'll go enable this guy. So I think there could be a sweet spot here where, again, for a prop account, you wanna keep your drawdowns really small. So we'll see if we can get this thing to work in our direction here at all.
Order submitted.
So it took a short trade, and it's just going to trail it going down. But again, we got to get out of this oscillation, or else we'll just get chopped up. Or we got to get our stop far enough away. So it's kind of a neat little feature. So boom, we're in the profit, and kind of give it a little bit of room there. So I think we're at 20 ticks right now. No, 24. I'm not sure actually. So we got like, I don't know, maybe $10 on that move. And again, I got it firing on, signal A and signal B, so it's going to take a lot of trades here, but it's kind of a neat little thing to just look at and see if there might be value in using it.
fell.
So it's a trailing stop that doesn't have a profit target. It just goes out on the stop. So may or may not be the ideal setup, but I just was messing around last night and I wondered if this would work, and it does. It's kind of an interesting concept. Obviously, you'd want to set your signals to only fire in a good setup. Right now, I've got them firing with no filters at all, zero filters. So the signals are just firing. I just want to get it firing so I can just take a look at it and just watch it move a little bit.
Submitted.
It's probably the ideal scalping tool here, is trying to figure out how to use this for a scalp trade.
Order fell. Order submitted.
So when you catch a runner with this thing, it really adds up quick. Here at 10 o'clock, I was really interested to see how this works. I want to give it a little more room though, because I think it's a little tight still. I don't want it going out of those trades so quick. Got to give it enough room to make a move.
Order submitted. Order fell. Order fell. Order fell.
Kind of a cool little feature.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
You can you can have it make noise when it moves also if you wanted to. I've got a version that goes cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching every time that it moves. It's pretty fun.
Order fell.
So that could be worth giving it a try. I like the concept.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order fell.
So again, I've got this, just kind of doing a little test here this morning. Something I was messing with last night, and I thought it would be kind of interesting to see if this could be a profitable strategy. It's just a trail setup with no profit target.
Order fell. Order submitted.
Again, I got it jumping in, every chance it sees a
Order submitted.
trigger with no filters at all. Just want to see it trade.
Order fell.
Yeah, Kim, I'm the same way. I mess with them all, so it's always hard to say exactly. I do have trade performance where I have the sim accounts that I don't mess with it at all, that we can look at the data for, and I'll look at it in a few minutes. But yeah, your YM has been doing really well in the GC signal B, and it really lines up with every computer I've got too. Yeah, I haven't traded the YM yet either. It's kind of disappointing. It's the best strategy, and I haven't even traded it on my live account yet. And it's new though. You know, just at that release on the 26th was I think the first time, maybe just a bit before that.
Per bill.
So let me reset this account, because again, it was running all night and it's, down whatever, 2 grand. I had it on a 5 range overnight, trying to see if I could, figure out a sweet spot. But let me reset this sim account value and see if this thing could be profitable. To reset an account value, the cash value in it, I go here. I never clear the history. I always let the history ride. But it resets it to the $100,000. So now I can look at it later and see the number change.
Order submitted.
So it reset it basically right here in my accounts tab. The number should be, starting out with whatever this trade either makes or loses. Because I kind of want to just see what this looks like, if it's a potentially profitable strategy. I already see that I want to increase the tick size a little bit, so after this trade I'll shut it down and increase it a little bit. Looks like it's up 146 right here. Let me see, can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. So it looks like it's up 146. Oh, 47 now, since I enabled it. So that's another good way to look at how much money, one specific strategy had made. Is this on this?
Order submitted.
Can't quite see it. I'll slide it over. In the strategies tab here, though, if you look over here in the realized column, that'll tell you how much each strategy has made, and as long as you don't uncheck the enable, it'll keep track until you uncheck it. So I try to check them on Mondays and then uncheck them on Friday afternoons. This week not a good week for us because we were doing a lot of testing with software, so I've had to shut down several times on this machine. But typically in a normal week, I would just keep them enabled all week, and then I could just, I double click, or not double click, I left click on this realized column. And then if you do it like, 2 or 3 times, it'll cycle up the top strategies for you as far as, dollar value go. So I downloaded some new software yesterday, so I reset them yesterday. So since yesterday, this is the number one strategy for me. And again, since yesterday, and it looks like the cash register is number 2. This is really the best way to look at strategies for the day when you're watching them, though. Right here, you just this is the daily total also. So this is the AI bot. Looks like it's crushing it today. So let's kind of look at the top few strategies. Look like the NQ30 range Signal A bot is really making a nice move today on my machine. Wow, it's almost at 2 grand. Oof. Then we're running a little bit behind that is the GC Signal B. So this one's been really hot. This one's up probably about 3,000, 4,000 in 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. Looks like it's neck and neck with its the bot and the drone are right there tied. And then we've got an RTY. It looks like we're finally getting some volatility in the RTY market. We couldn't make money there for weeks, but it looks like we're getting some volatility back in the RTY. I did trade that for quite a while, about a month or two, but then the volatility just kind of dried up, the volume in there. So I quit trading there, went back to the NQ.
Order submitted.
So let's see what strategies we've got here that we want to try to see if we can make a little money today. 10 o'clock's just passed, so we just took that huge hit of volume. Looks like the machine handled it okay. Here we go. This is when it gets fun, when this thing starts running. So the thing can run. So I want to increase that just a little bit. You saw that they came and got me there. I'm a little too tight for the swings we've got right now. So I have to increase that tick size. I'm being really stingy right now in the NQ. 20 ticks, that'll get eaten up all day long. So we'll increase that a little bit, but I think that's what I'm going to put on my prop account, and we'll run them on eight different accounts. So we just got to get the number right first of how many ticks. So you can see they're just barely getting me. So if I increase it probably by about 6 or 7, 8 ticks, we're probably going to be in a pretty decent position. So I'm going to go back to my strategies tab and take a look at this strategy. This one's on Sim 101. I'm running the Haymaker, a version of the Haymaker. So I'm going to increase this a little bit in tick size once it gets out of this trade right here. This might be a decent solution for us with prop accounts. It jumps in so quick. I can just hit close right here too, and it'll take it out of the trade, and it'll close down the strategy. It'll disable it. Let me show you guys this one. This is the one I'm messing with. It's a 5 range, and it's just taking trades like crazy. Because I just wanted to see it, jump in and out and watch the trail. But we're going to edit this guy now, and we're going to increase the tick count of the stop. Okay, so we're already at 24, so we needed to go at least 6 more. So we're going to go 30. We'll go 36. We'll kind of watch this one now and see if this does any better. So give it a little more room, take a little more heat. Obviously we lose more when we do that, so kind of just try to find a balance here of the movement today. Let's see what else is trading good this morning. Boy, that bot. Whew. Then it's a drone. Followed by the Haymaker. The Haymaker must have just made a nice one.
Order filled.
kind of watch this one for a second and just see what kind of movement we got.
Per bill. Order submitted.
So this is 36 ticks right here of trailing stop on the NQ.
Per bill. Order submitted.
So I want to bring this over. This is the little software piece called RTrader Pro, if anybody's familiar with it. But it's when you buy an Apex prop account, I guess they give you this software. It's called Rhythmic Trader Pro, and you download this software and it keeps track of your accounts. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 of them here. Looks like I'm sitting at about $600 in the good. So they start out at 100,000. These are the static drawdown. So the rules behind these are you can go in the hole 625 and you're out. So if you get down to 99,375, you're out right now. So we got $600 worth of buffer before we get back to zero. So we're about $1,200 away from losing them, I guess is another way to look at it. And the good news about these is they don't follow you. The drawdown doesn't follow you behind you. So you're able to get a little more risky once you get away from zero. So we'll try to put these to work using this little thing over here.
Order bill.
This little thing right here is the trade copier that I have. I bought this from Flowbots. It's called the Replicanto, and really simple unit to get set up. But I think I just downloaded it, and I don't think I went to any training. You could kind of figure it out here. It's pretty intuitive. I just put my leader account here, which is the boss, and then the followers. So you just put little, you can just, put a green dot, no green dot, so that means active or inactive if you want it to follow this trade. So what happens is 388 right here is what we'll trade with. We'll set our strategy up with this number right here. And then whenever this one takes a trade, these will also take that same exact trade. And just like our PCs, these things are also taking a trade, so they're buying contracts, and you'll get different prices. So, at the end of the day, they're not identical. They're very close, usually within, 50 or so dollars from each other on let's say a $300 trade. Usually 30 or 40, $50 difference between, I usually trade about 8 or 10 of them at a time. So that, that's kind of the range of the prices that you get. So we'll see if we can't move the needle on these a little bit later. I usually like to let things settle down because there's so much, a lot of insecurities that go in at the start of the market. Just kind of, look at the market here. Not, don't want to get chopped up right away. So we'll wait for a little bit for this thing to settle down and get a direction here today. Let's go back and see if this thing's profitable at this, nope. So we're at 168 in the hole right now in this little experiment. It's about even right now though, so we'll see. We'll see, let it take a couple of trades here. If it gets some nice runners, it can really, really run up the score here. Let me ask you guys out there, have you used the trade copier before? Anybody used the trade copier? Okay, good.
Submitted.
Susan knows how to multiply her success right there. Awesome. Susan, how many do you usually run at a time?
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, every day. Susan, you can teach me things if you would. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that Replicano really smooth. I'm just, just really starting.
Submitted.
Okay, cool. Mauricio, awesome. Looks like we're on the same page here, guys. I guess I probably got the idea from you guys anyways. Okay, look like this strategy, we moved to a little bit of a positive number there.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, so we're back in the hole a little bit. So that's kind of an interesting little strategy set up. Try to figure it out, see if it could be
Order submitted.
profitable for us. Let's take a look at the leaderboard here. This is my favorite part. Still looks like the bot should be done trading for the day, so it's hit its profit target for the day. It's back to sleep, hopefully. The drone will keep trading like a drunk sailor. What we're gonna do in the future, we haven't done it yet, but we're gonna lock the bot and the drone down as soon as the bot's done trading. We're gonna take the drone out too. We're not really using the data behind the scenes to continue to update any of the bot information for that day. So we're going to probably lock those in is kind of the next phase. Yeah, I agree. The market's a little bit slow. Let's kind of look at the contracts here. As we know, 3,000 is a minimum number that you typically want to trade in, and 5 is a really great number. We'll kind of see. This is it'd be nice. Okay, so yeah, I don't think we even hit 2,000 there.
Order filled. Order filled.
Boy, I just like this concept of not having to move my stop anymore, though. It seems like the right thing to do. If we can start to get the market to move directionally like this for a little bit, I bet this thing will be just nothing but a moneymaker right here. Beautiful. Woo! Boy, that makes it look easy. Boy, a juicy trade right here.
Order submitted.
Ugh.
Order filled.
Should put this back in positive territory, I would say.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Yep.
Order filled.
It's kind of something to keep your eye on. Just
Order submitted.
nice little simple. Now I'm on 5 range, so this thing's firing crazy right now. I'm running a 5 range on this strategy just to get it to fire like crazy. So it saw just a small price movement in the downside. I should put it on the 30 range now that I'm really messing with it. Let me fix it. I wanted it to take a ton of trades. That's a way to trick the system into taking a ton of trades. Let me show you how that works. It's really interesting. You can really, I'll say, mess with the triggers by the data series. Right now this is showing a 30 range data series, and I've got the crosses right here. These ones are on signal B. I've got signal B built right here. So this is when it's finally got pegged down here. The signal B came in, but watch how I can trick the system by going to a 5 range chart or even 15 range. You know, because they break up a lot smaller, and you can get the triggers way quicker. But again, you know, way too quick right now for this market. But right now I'm on a 5 range, and this is gonna be quick, so it might look a little bit rough, but so it's gonna update to a 5 range chart. And so it catches, you know, signals like crazy. Every, you know, quick movement, this LIQUIDITY is just, you know, tweaking like crazy on these volume spikes. So you get a ton of triggers. It's a way I trick the system to test it, to really, you know, take a bunch of trades and, you know, make sure that, you know, things are all working properly. So on a 30 range chart, you don't get near the entries that a 5 range chart would. It's a you know, basically a whole different LIQUIDITY swing. So when you go to like a 5 range chart, you change the dynamics of the entries quite a bit, which it gets you in super early, but it, you know, it's not really a lot of confirmation, so that's why you typically wouldn't use it. So yeah, that one right there fired on this, it was a signal A entry going to the short side, and look how quick it caught it right there at the very, you know, top of that candle. You know, on a 30 range chart, that candle would be, you know, 3 times, you know, actually 6 times as long, and, you know, it wouldn't have probably seen the LIQUIDITY even hardly move because price hasn't moved out of that range yet. So that's one way I've learned to trick the system, you know, to either, you know, try to enter a lot earlier is by reducing my data series ranges. But it's always a balance, you know, too early, not enough confirmation. And something else that you can do, which is really a cool feature, is you can go down here to configure, and you can add your own range. So yesterday I added a 40 range. I wanted to see what it looked like on a 40 range bar. So let's take a look at it. So now in this selector, I can go resize these bars to a 40 range bar. So now I've even got, you know, more confirmation before we take a trigger. You know, so it slows it down. It slows it down a ton, and you don't get near the triggers that you get on the 30 range chart. Again, this is signal B. So we had one there, obviously quite a bit late. Down here. And if we kind of look at the signal A on a 40 range, we can kind of look at where its triggers would have taken place too. So it's just another way to kind of, you know, modify your triggers. If you don't like where they're triggering at, you can go up here, you know, either pick some of the ones that are selected already for you, or you can build your own.
Order filled.
For right now, I think somewhere between 15 and 30 would be good. So let's add a
Order filled.
let's add a 22.
Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted.
Oops, I added that in minutes. Didn't mean to mean 22 minutes. I wanted to do it in range, 22 range I want to add. So now I'll resize my bars to 22 range bars.
Order submitted.
So to get the strategy to follow this now, I would type 22 down in my settings. So if I like where these triggers are happening, these crosses, again, this is signal A now, and it looks like, you know, I see a red cross here. This did pop out of the LIQUIDITY here. It did pop, so that's why they're there. So this one, there's not a lot of movement in price, so you're not going to see anything really nice here. There was a nice one right there. This one's decent because that trade would have went on. Let's see how many ticks that one is. So this is what I do, try to measure. You know, you can see where your cross is. You would have taken a trade right here. Again, this is a 22 range chart, so a brand new one. You know, oops. And then we would have extended up there. So 63 ticks is my movement on that. You know, if we would have taken the trade right here at this cross, at the candle close, you know, the farthest I would have extended that move is 60 ticks. So if I've got a profit target beyond 60, I'm in trouble on this one. And then the lowest, the most heat that we've taken so far was at least there. And now, so we would have handled 18 ticks. We would have handled that one most of the time. But now we're in trouble. Now we're down to 42. That's, you know, we do have a 50 tick stop. The drones are on 50 tick stop, so they would still be alive right here, but they'd be dead somewhere right there. So if price, you know, would drift down to there, we'd be out.
Order filled. Order submitted.
So it's a good way to kind of see if you can, you know, micromanage a win there for you. Let's look at it on a 15 range. Right now it's a good 15 range speed. The market's not going as fast as it normally does. So I like a 15 range right now. I feel like this is the good spot for the auto trader right now on the NQ. You can see a nice trade right there, a nice trade coming back. That's a decent trade right there. This is signal A. Let me measure this one. We might set a strategy up with the 15 range right now. So we would have taken that one right there, extended up, got 92 ticks off that one.
Order filled.
Over here on this one, over here on this one, that move,
Order submitted.
93 ticks. So if we put something to work with a 90 tick profit, that would be a pretty good trade setup right now. And then if we could catch this one too, wow, look at this thing.
Order filled.
70. So there's a nice setup if we could you know, catch those,
Order filled.
you know, without getting stuck in any of these ones, right? We'd want to be in the trade at these points, or take losses on them. But we want to be available to trade on these crosses here where they're the most juicy. So the 15 range on the NQ is set up perfect right now for some pretty good trading if we can catch these in the right place for the signal A. So let's do that. Let's get that one to work on that account there. Wow, this Haymaker is really doing well. I think I got to use it.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Yeah, the Haymaker's the signal A.
Order filled.
The bot's still working. I think it went a little overtime.
Order filled.
Let's take a look at the Haymaker. Ooh, baby.
Order filled. Order submitted.
So it got chopped up a little bit earlier, but it took this long entry right here, and again, I'm on a 15 range chart. Let me get back to the 30, which this one belongs on. So I'm back to the 30 range chart, Haymaker strategy.
Order submitted.
We'll go over its trades a little bit here. So it took a long entry right here, beautiful entry, way at the bottom of this this move. So it took this thing up, took that trade right there, that entry, and it ran it up right there for 180 ticks. I know it shows 178 right there, but it's a 180 tick move. That was a $900 trade, and then it caught this, caught a short, and it looks like it made the $50 on that trade. So it looks like it's got one winner.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, it took another long entry right here.
Order filled.
Oh wow, it made it all the way up there and then got $50.
Order submitted.
Okay, that looks like its first trade of the day. It got the $50 trade and then took one loser and then took a full winner. So now it's in this trade right here. So it's doing pretty good. Pretty good strategy to work with today. Let's go ahead and put this one to work. See if we can get lucky. All right. Susan, are you using the Replicanto? You said every day. What are you trading with it today? Do you use price action or do you have anything going on the auto trader today, or what's your setup? Mauricio, you too. What same question? Like, what are you trading on the Replicano today? I'm gonna put this one to work on the Haymaker here. So 388 is my number, and to get that going, let me make sure you can see. Yeah, you can see where I'm clicking. I'm in strategies. Again, I know Rory mentioned it several times too, and I do the same thing. So, you know, there's two ways, and there's probably more than two ways to put a live account on one of these, you know, robots here.
Filled.
You know, for data integrity purposes, we don't, you know, disable them and then just put our, you know, prop accounts on these ones, because we, you know, do the data analysis every week and then put the results back out and, you know, using the data for other things. So I don't mess with those. So I just right click and do a new strategy. I go here and go to template and I go to load it. And we'll use the Haymaker. This is a little bit of a new setup this time. So for that error that we were having, we've added this maximum time lag, and we put a little description on it. It's a maximum amount of time in seconds allowed as a lag behind the current time for executing trades. So the way we have it set up is you can change this is it's in seconds. And so if you don't mind taking a trade at 3 seconds of lag time, you can do that. Right now I have mine set up at 1. So if my lag time's over 1 second, I won't take the trade. It'll just pass by me right now. So kind of messing with this, trying to figure out what the right number is, but we're trying to balance that message with lag time. So kind of just working with this number right here. I just have it set at 1 second. I don't need $2,000. I need probably, so I think I was at around 500. But when you use commissions, when you pay commissions here, I need more than 1,500. So I probably need at least, we'll say 1,700 to move these to payday. And then my loss limit. Right now it's I've got 625 plus 500, so about 1,100. If we lose 1,100, those 8 go bye-bye. We'll keep this all the same. All the same. And here I'll just put it on 388. Okay, perfect. Let's check the instrument again. This thing kind of flips back and forth on us, but looks good here, NQ. I have another one here that I had running yesterday. I'm just going to look at the difference. I think I have this one trailing. Yeah, I was trailing it by 40. I like this one a little bit better for this account. Kind of keeps me so I don't have to move the stop. I'm going to go ahead and put this one to work. And this one's going to take signal B. I don't think signal B is good for today at all. It was pretty good yesterday. Signal B ran really good yesterday. I'm just looking here. Oops, I can't look right now. I want signal A. Let's go change the other one. So I'm going in here and just, I'm going to add the trail. I really like that trail. It takes away stress of moving the stop.
Order fill. Order submitted.
I had it on 40 yesterday, so we'll just we'll follow it right up at the amount that it's starting at, 38. Okay.
Order fill.
So that one's starting to work for us. We'll see if it wakes up and catches a trade. We'll see if it's. I don't think this will catch this trade here. I don't know that went down low enough. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. Might pop out with a trade right away. Going long. A.
Order submitted. Order fill.
Let's see what else is doing good for us today. Signal A, there we go. Then the Haymaker, one we have working for us a little bit. The YM, this has been the best one right here. Okay, yeah, price action. Good, Susan. I know. I like that too. Okay. Yeah, switching with a click of a button makes it easy. Yeah, that trade copier feels like you're cheating when you make 500 bucks and you multiply it by, 8. It's a quick 4,000 bucks or whatever. The most I so it's funny. I wish I had the same risk tolerance all the time, but on the evals I'll do 10, no problem. Like I'll set up 10 and do them, and then when I get my PA accounts, I get nervous. I do 3. Like 3 is the most that I do when I get to the PA. I don't know why I don't do 10 because it's just a lot more work doing 3. How many everybody out there who's using a trade copier? What's the most PAs you've ever put on your trade copier? Have you ever got to that level yet? Or evals? How many typically do you put on an eval for trade copiers? Like right now
Order filled.
we're doing 8 today, I think, on this one. How many do you typically run at a time?
Order filled.
Looks like this guy's doing well, the YM again. So this one's the one to be trading that signal A. That thing's up pretty good for the last 3 weeks. Yeah, Susan, you worked 10. That's great. That's a good number. I love the fact that I can use someone else's money to trade, and then they pay me. Uh, I got like 3 jobs right now. It can't get any better.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Switch this thing. Take a quick break here for a second.
Order submitted.
Okay, cool. Looks like we got a couple of good ones over here. Let's see what that CL. I saw that on the leaderboard a little bit earlier today, but I don't think it ended up sticking around. Yeah, there's one here. A couple of them. No, one. Signal A, not B. Let's look at this trade a little bit here.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Took a couple shots at the short entry. Missed a couple of them. Made a little bit of money on each one of them, I think, though.
Order submitted.
Hasn't hit its first target yet, so this one's already in payday too, so kind of just popped up to protect the investment here. So we have mostly all set up doing that, breaking even plus 10 or 11 or something, just to try to keep it profitable for the day. So give you a little quick update. So yeah, we've worked on the trying to reduce that informative message about trying to put price below the market price. So we've added something into the settings over here. I'll just actually got to disable one of them to show you. I can do a new one. I'll just do a new one to show you the new setting, a new strategy. So I've been testing it for a couple of days. It seems to be working okay. I'll just load another one. The new setting is right here, trying to help us reduce that message. So if you have a 1 second here, it won't try to take a trade if lag time's higher than 1 second. We think the number here could probably go up to 2, maybe even 3. Don't know exactly yet. So again, this machine is the R&D machine. We've had it running on this machine for, I think, this is the third day, 2 days so far on this third day. And I've seen the message twice. So over the last 2.5 days, I've seen it twice. And it was on the ES, which is strange because that one's super slow trading contracts. So I gotta just see what that one might be. But other than that, it's been gone. Our worst one was our VPS. A few times last week, I guess it was. I had to hit the OK like 100 times on a few of them. So we're hoping this little setting right here will improve that for us. And he kind of modified a few things here too. So if you click drone, this will gray out, so you can't select it. Try to make it a little easier. And if it is not a drone, these will be available to change. So that's kind of these are the areas that we worked on, trying to get it a little more stable. We had a lot of data that was being stored for the AI, so we lightened the load there, trying to reduce the impact of scan time. So there's been quite a few little changes, trying to make it a little bit streamlined, a little bit better for us. Today, Charles and Sergio we're meeting just after our 8:30 to really get a game plan and on the same page about getting the release out. So they're putting the package together. This afternoon we meet at 2 o'clock, and we'll go over the analysis of the performance for the week and put the note out about when the update will be ready. But we're thinking this afternoon. So if you want the update, if it's been painful for you, you can maybe go ahead and jump on Charles's calendar if you have the link there. If you don't have the link, I pinned it, and I didn't even really know what pin was, but somebody showed me. Inside our AutoTrader in Discord, if you go to Problems and Solutions channel, this little guy right here, click on that little pin, and his calendar link is right here. So you can go ahead and hit that little guy in the Problems and Solutions, this little pin up here. Okay, let's see some trading now. What's going on here? Yeah, we use this log file quite a bit to see if we're having any issues. NinjaTrader's really awesome about writing scripts and seeing what, doing a little bit of troubleshooting. So here I was just over like 1 second. And we're just logging this on this machine. We won't have that set up on your machine, but we're just doing a little bit of behind the scenes here stuff to make sure that what that right number is. Try to find the sweet spot for us. Okay, so it looks like the YM is the big daddy coming up. Trade performance. Okay, so I think we're gonna get a trigger here, maybe on this this one here, maybe. Let's see. I think when that candle closes, if it closes up, I think we get the trigger.
Order filled.
Yeah. Oops. So now we can what it does now, and it sounds like most of you already have the copier, so probably not showing you anything, but maybe if you don't, what I've got going on right now is one trade going on right here on this account, but it took it in all these other accounts, and again, and this is they call it our Trader Pro, is the software from Apex, but when you're in a trade, it doesn't show the P&L right here until the trade closes. So if I lose that trade, it'll show all the red numbers here, how much I'm down for the day. But the overall balance is right here, and these are $100,000 static drawdown accounts. So they can go down to 99,375. Sorry, 99,375. So if my balance gets down to 99,375, they're out. I lose them. These are right now are $28 a piece. So roughly $200 worth of accounts trying to run here. So pretty low investment for trading.
Order filled.
$200 for 8 accounts. So that's kind of what the way I look at it. When I trade my own live account, that's one trade. So it's kind of fun to run, 10 or 8 or whatever your number is that you run. Try to move the needle quickly, and then we'll see if we can get one to move for us in our direction. Looks like the Haymaker is still in the last one. It must have took the short here. We tried going long. Would be nice to get in sync with that one. Haymaker. Yeah, it took that short way earlier. It's got a lot of little resistance to get through here. That hasn't broke that 500 level much today. Just a little bit, if any. Right up in there. See if this is the time it's going to break it.
Order submitted.
It would seem unlikely that we would, win a long trade right now, but there was 1-1 earlier right here on this one. The Haymaker took this long trade right here, ran it all the way up for a full winner. So, we entered that trade right there. I didn't know if it would be able to go up that high, but it's already went that high earlier today, so kind of gives me a reference of it. It's possible. Take a look at the a lot of resistance there to get through. Let's see here. I was hoping this would be a fun Friday. A lot of movement, but I guess it went up so high and it's kind of stuck today right now. Let's see.
Order submitted. Order filled.
I'm gonna do a little trick here. I wanna have it in the background, so I wanna try to add a noise to this indicator so that I know if our signal's coming true to take a trade shortly. So if that indicator comes on the chart, it should sound that alert for us. David Wise just sent out a trade. Ooh, took a nice winner there. Way to go. Wow, David White is on a roll, you guys. If anybody's interested in options trading, this guy calls winner after winner. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And he sends the trades to about 500 people. And you know, if you had 200 people mad at you, it would be tough. We take all of his trades, and sometimes we call him and say, "Hey, David, should we sell it?" And he's like, "No, it's not ready yet." And you kind of freak out, thinking you should, and sure enough, he's got what it takes to be a trader. So it's another service that we offer. He has a live trade room. So he's on right now too, and he's usually has about 300 people in his room. Let's go look at his room real quick. So his room is over here, the owl. So under live trading, right here, all the trades. So these are all the ones that are like open right now.
Order filled.
Actually, I'm behind a little bit. This was on 314. Anyway, these are the ones right here that are kind of like open right now. So he does time spreads, regular calls, regular puts. So all the trading's there. They've got a ton of information here too. So he's got a couple of people that also help out, Dr. No and Savvy Trader, and they add tons of really good information in this channel too. So if you're interested at all in stocks and options, I definitely give David's service a try. Super helpful. Okay, so 18.5 is going to be a pretty stubborn number to move from today. What's your guys' high that you guys have on your machines? It looks like, I think yesterday I spotted, I think it was 18.707 is what I was calling it. Yeah, 18.707. Is that the high everybody has too for the NQ all-time high? Hey Walter, good morning. Yeah, you got it right. Exactly. That's exactly how the system works. Just as you explained there in the chat, you got it exactly right. I kind of showed a little bit of a trick earlier too on how you can kind of change where the RSI line would trigger. It would trigger in the same place, but if you change your data series smaller or bigger, you can either take the trade quicker or later than the 30 range, for example. So this RSI on the 30 range right here came into play where signal A came above the 20, and it would have fired the signal on a 30 range. But if you run it down to a 15 range chart, that signal comes in twice as quick. So your signal would have fired a lot sooner in that trade. But the risk there is that you don't have as much confirmation that that's the direction price is moving in. So that's kind of the trade-off. But that's exactly right how you explain it there.
Order filled.
Looks like we did take that trade with that account that we've got rolling. Stubborn. We're trying to go long, but it's not having any long run right now. Had one earlier at
Order filled.
had one at Looks like I had a nice one at 9:51, just running up into the 10 o'clock, but I haven't been able to get another one to run lately. So with commissions, you know, you go down a little bit more, but so we're down 450 on that darn thing. Got a little bit of room still. I'd like to try to get them away from the starting point before I trade them, and it looks like we got still $300 buffer. I've got, it looks like one more trade. I don't want to go long again. That just would seem like a tough thing to do, but I just kind of try to be patient here. We had a long run earlier.
Order submitted. Order filled.
So if I could have gave it a little more room there, so I was in at 30, 36 ticks we went out. If we could have went up to 40 something, probably would have stayed in this trade right here so far. But we went out on that one a little quick. Darn it.
Order filled.
Yeah, my computer's going into overdrive now. 25 ticks. Wasn't enough. So we're going to catch the short, which is good. Hopefully we get a nice long extension here. And then we should catch the short coming back. And that might be the one to break that 18.5 if we're lucky. Okay, she's running. So signal B is probably about to come true here. Wrong chart, 30 range. Yeah, signal B just popped in because this thing just got pegged right up there. Yeah, Mauricio, good call. This is definitely a little bit of a lame duck so far. Market, he's out. A little bit of money made over here though. A little bit in the NQ. A little bit in the YM. Looks like that one's been a strong one today. Had all 4 strategies right there. 5 of them. 5 YMs. Got an RTY, a CL, and looks like a GC. Looks like the gold nugget did okay so far. Made a couple of little ones. So the Haymaker's still hanging around.
Order submitted.
So we're looking to catch on this this prop account here. We're looking to catch that short coming back, hopefully, with signal A.
Filled.
This here's a lead dog for the YMs today. This is the Dow, and looked like it made a first target right up here. Looked like it took this short right here coming off off this level here, 40,209, and ran it down for, can't clearly tell, first target here. It tried to go long, missed that one, but then it jumped right in on a short, almost directly on top of it. Ran another short down. Wow, this one's a really good strategy. This one is just, and you know the speed might be just about right too. Wow, looks like a really good one. The RTY goes about this speed too. A little bit faster. There we go. Looks like the NQs continue to push north. Hopefully a really good short trade coming back.
Order filled.
Anybody making any money out there today? If you are, drop it in the chat. Oh yeah, hit the like button too if you would. I would appreciate that. We're starting to get some really good views, and appreciate you guys joining the Auto Trader here. Like to make it more exciting. I want some sort of competition, some way, shape, or form. Some open ideas if you guys have any. I don't know if we could somehow. I've looked at other platforms to see if we could somehow trade against each other. I'd love to set up a trading competition. I'm not a good trader, but I like trading and I like competition. I love to play golf. If you want to go golf and play for a little bit of money, I love to do that. So those kind of things are fun for me, and that's why I love trading. But I want to set up some sort of fun competitions. I've just got to figure out how to do it. Yeah, it was sitting at this level a while too, no? Here we go. Yeah, it ran this right here, this level for about 15 minutes right here. So from 9:22 to 9:41, yeah, about 20 minutes, it hung right around the same exact level. 5:30, 18,530. Boy, that's a real downer right there, I'll tell you. Look at this one. This one's our trade that I was in on this darn entry right here. And the drone I've got set at 50 ticks of loss, so it stayed in the trade. My little wimpy 26 tick stop went out long before this one will, and this one's still in the trade. It's up $600, so that's why those risk rewards are real important. I need to just follow the process here, but that's a lot on on 10 accounts. That's $2,500 of loss, so that's a really big loser. But here's an example of where maybe it's worth it. Oh boy, a big one. See if it can clear that other pivot though. Pivot was formed around 10 o'clock. Boy, that's a nice trade. Wow. Look at that bad boy go.
Order submitted.
That prop account will catch it on the way down if it gives us a cross going short. All right. A little action. So we should take this trade when this candle closes. Hope this is our trade.
Order filled.
Uh-oh. Going yellow. Had this zone earlier today, big time. So right now this is a trade that I've got running with a trade copier. Let me open that trade copier that I'm running, kind of show you a little bit of the background of what goes on in there. So this is a trade copier. This one is the Replicanto from Flowbots, and what it is I've got this one account right here that's trading all these same accounts. So when the strategy, this one takes the trade, it also sends off a trade in each one of these accounts. So I think there's 8 total right now that are going off, and just like if you have 2 computers or whatever, these will take a little different price in contracts. So your profits won't be identical. Like if you look right here, I've been trading them all together the whole time, and looks like my difference between the highest and the lowest looks to be probably $50 or so. So you roughly get the same entries and exits. Had a good day with it yesterday. Ran this one up to a little over 1,000. I think I was up about 1,400 on all these 8 accounts yesterday. So I've taken quite a few hits here and got it down to, you can see right around now, 250 or so. So if I take this hit again, I'll be about 0 for the last 4, I think. All right, so I've taken a few hits here on this one today. Using a little version of the Haymaker. I've got the stop squeezed a little tighter than the Haymaker. It's got a couple more trades in it, so hope we can catch one of these on the upside.
Order filled.
The Signal A drone's still in, making a nice move still. Still trying to go to the upside. Ooh. All right, Rue's back. 2,500 on gold again? Holy moly, all the way from India. That's right, Rue, was it India? Wow, that's awesome. Cool emoji too.
Order submitted.
Looking at the performance over here on the other screen, just getting it all set, see which ones were the big winners of the week. Wow, this drone. We were in this trade earlier. Oh my goodness. Ah, wow. The prop account that we had set up took the same entry, but I think the stop on the prop account was set at, I think, 26 ticks. And this drone right here entered the same exact time, but its stop loss is set at 50 ticks. So it stayed in the trade and Ours went out and boom, this thing's rocking still.
Order submitted. Bill.
All right, let's kind of take a look around here. Looks like we've got a pretty good trade going on this this 30 range Signal A drone. Boy, she's running up there. Got that pivot that was formed at about 10. About an hour ago. GC.
Bill.
This YM right here has been doing really well. This one's doing good again today here, 641. Just entered a long trade, it looks like. That entered a little while ago, I guess, right back here. Haymaker had a good outing today so far. Got a 2-minute coming in. This one just jumped up here. right, is this drone gonna do it? We're gonna take that short trade. One more try, I think, if we get this one to run here. Oh, you did that on the Renko. So I just talked to Sergio yesterday about Unirenko. That's we have a bar style called Unirenko, I guess, and I think he told me Renko is another thing. So Renkos are always always stacked on each other. Where I guess our Unirenkos have the candle wick in them. But anyways, we're gonna get a version going again on the Unirenko, and I'll probably be trading it here shortly. Is what we first came out with the AA Auto Trader was on the Unirenko bars, and we did really well at first there. I've actually had my best live account day. I was trading the M and Q. I was running 5 M&Q contracts, and it was during FOMC day, kind of like not yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. It was like that, but this was back in March of last year, which is cool because it's actually in our Discord in the Hall of Fame. But it ran it down for $3,200 that day, and that was using the Unirenko bars. So yeah, I'm excited to dust those back off. The reason we switched is we had a client who was trading the Auto Trader, and he sent us some really good information on the minute bars. So we switched over to minutes, and then we were doing back testing, and we thought, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. You can reverse engineer your success. And as we started playing out, the back test accuracy, yeah, I realized fairly quick that, it was close, but not close enough for, what we wanted to rely on it for. So we kind of took the back testing behind the shed and shot it, and just said, you know what, we're going to do forward testing from here on out. We're going to run them in, sim, and those are the results. And I've showed several times where sim and a live account take the trade, relatively at the exact same place. Just like everything else, plus or minus a tick or two here or there. So that's kind of the Unirenko version. There should be some Unirenko bars coming to you shortly. Looks like this wants to break this pivot here.
Order submitted.
Okay, I heard my little chirper going off. Said it was time to trade, I guess. Let's see if we can't get a lucky one here. We need a lucky one. So I had a little bit of a trailing stop on this one, trying to, just protect the trade a little bit for me. We'll see how it does. Might be a little too tight, but I kind of wanted to keep it a little bit tight when we're running, so many accounts on one trade. Walter, do you have our system? Well, I'm really liking this trailing stop. I hated it for a while because I wasn't making any money. I set quite a few of them up to, test them out to see which one made more money. And the break evens make a lot more money, but the trailing stop seems like it's a better setup. But at the end of the day, profits are the goal. It's not the best setup, but it feels safer on a prop account when I first get started. So thought I'd give it a try. Looks like we're hitting the 50 right there. Yeah, trailing stop beats profits. I know. Thanks. I should know better. I know. I've seen it hundreds of times, but I still am stubborn. It feels safer.
Order filled.
So we got back $50 maybe or so there. We'll kind of look at it here, Rue, and see see how far away, they went up and got me. It looks like there's a couple of ticks above me still. We'll see how high price does go, but you're right, it eats it. It's almost like they know it's there and they go buy it because they know it's there. So it's like just a couple of ticks, I think, right now. Okay, 6 ticks. That's a decent amount. So I think my stop is set at maybe. Oh, I set it at 36, so it's at 36 ticks away. So I'd set it to 40 if I want to try to stay in that trade, or 41, 42. But again, they go buy them. That's what those wicks are. Is like they go grab those other contracts that are sitting up there at the next price. So if they want like a lot of 10, the broker says, okay, great. I'll get you, these 6 that are here for this price, and then the next price up, you get 4 of those. And that's how they're sold, I guess. Okay, looks like the Haymaker's moving up on the leaderboard here. So it's still in that short trade that we entered right there too. It didn't get eaten up yet. Sorry about that. Let's look at the RTY real quick. I want to try to give a gauge on how far these are moving now. So it looks like we've got it set really nice right now. The signal A, as far as extension between entry and moves. So kind of like peaks and valleys here. What I do is kind of to figure out how far these moves are is I take a look at the entries, and then you can kind of measure the extension of the move. So that's like a 111 tick move right there. We shortened up our targets last week quite a bit because we weren't getting near the moves we were getting. So had it set at 50 this week, it looks like it worked out. But we have some nice moves there in the RTY this week. Caught another short entry right there and ran that one down for 50 right there. So that one was perfect. So 50 is a pretty good number. It did move more. Kind of jumped around a little bit there. Would have been nice to stay in that trade. I used to have it at 90, so 90 was too far for the last couple of weeks. It wasn't moving out of a range of, it wasn't moving over 100 or so points for the day, up and down. So kept getting chopped up without getting our targets, so we lightened them, halfway down almost. But that could have been a pretty good week for that 90 tick move. Boy, that thing's going south quick too. Wow. This one usually tracks the NQ pretty close. So we're gonna jump in this trade going long here. If this candle closes, I don't even think it has to close green. I think it can close red and we still take the entry. We'll see, it looks like. See if we can get one last trade in and make it a decent one. Took a couple of losers today so far in this one. So yeah, we enter even if it's a red candle. I think I might have took off pivots. I'm going to take a look and see how far the pivot is away from there.
Order filled.
Oh, 77. Yeah, no, I've got it at 60. So had enough room. So it looks like we've pulled the stop up into pay range, but we'll see if we can get another surge before we stop out. If we stop out, we'll end up with maybe a $50.
Order filled.
Yeah, chipping away. $50 at a time.
Order submitted. Order filled. filled. Order submitted. Order filled.
Wow, might make this pivot break here. Slow market today.
Order filled.
could be the trade of the day here.
Order filled.
Oh boy. There goes that pivot. $1,000 trade. Had that entry earlier too. Had that entry and I've lost 3 times on the way here. And this one's winning. I love trading. Yeah, let's do a quick wrap if we can get this one to break this pivot right here. I just want to do the MACD based. Okay, Rue, got that bot on the MACD base. Wow, that's big time. Awesome trader, man.
Order filled.
There she goes. Came and got her. Awesome. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up and show you the performance for the week of which ones were the ones to trade and not do anything, not move stops, not move targets, not change settings, not do anything. If you had the discipline to just turn it on and not mess with it all week. Let's see which ones were the ones to turn on a live account and just sit back and count your money at the end of the week. Let's take a look. So get the trade performance and bring that up real quick. So kind of do a little bit of a weekly recap here. I think the best one was maybe that one right there. Let's take a look. NQ30 range, signal A. Okay, so we'll do a quick weekly recap. I did again, a little disclaimer. I did load my software quite a few times on this machine this week, doing a little bit of R&D testing so that we can get that release out to you. I've got a couple new settings in there that I've showed during the live that you'll be able to take a look at that will be coming hopefully this afternoon. This morning we were kind of getting the package all ready to go, and the software should be ready. We'll have the link in Discord in about probably around 4 or 5 this afternoon. But the number one strategy of the week, so far we still got some trading till probably 1 o'clock or so. But I think this drone may have just came into first place there at 15.59 for the week. Had a couple of really good days. It took a hit though on Monday. You'd had to have some patience there on Monday to get into that one. But anyway, she ended the week in a decent number. This one has ended before at about its first week we put it out. It was at 6,600 for the week, so it has the potential to really run up the score. The second place one was an RTY, and again we just made some modifications to these last week, and pretty happy to see this one come out in the second place. This used to be my favorite one to trade, was this 15 RTY 15 range signal A. In this case the bot really outperformed a lot of other strategies this week. So this one's number 2. That's a pretty nice run too. Really like the daily profit. Those are decent numbers. I always like it when they're not too high and not too low. In this case, it just plugged along throughout the week and just made a little bit of money, each day, $200 or $300. So, without a big hit. So, these are good potentials for prop accounts. When I start to look at, a strategy that could do something like this. So this account that I'm running behind the scenes here, and I just heard the chirping, so it's going to be jumping in a trade right now behind us. That one, we would be a little bit over halfway through the eval, throughout the week if we kept it running. So that's a pretty decent strategy. So that was the RTY Signal A AI bot. The third place that I see here on my screen so far is it's the GC signal A. Yeah, so this bot performed pretty decent this week. Had a nice day right here. That was number 3. That one's at 853 right now. Just check it, yeah. So that one's at 853, and we had an ES 5-minute bot did well too. ES 5-minute signal B bot. So it only took this one's a methodical one, and I can't hardly trade this one because it'll even skip days. You know, it doesn't see the signal, so it will skip days of even trading. So like today is the 22nd, and it took one trade today. On the 21st, I had 2 trades. On the 19th, there was a lot of movement. It did real well. It took 4 trades that day, and that's where it made the money. So, but anyway, that's at 720. So that's a good one if you like something that's pretty consistent and doesn't really lose a lot. That's the sort of the good thing about that strategy. So that kind of gets us through the performance for the week. So hope everybody enjoyed the Auto Trader, and get on the Auto Trader journey if you haven't yet. And to do that, you could just click over into rightlinetrading.com, and inside of here you can just scroll down. This is the system we're looking at today, the AI Auto Trader, and you can kind of go through here and see some videos that we have of some of the trades that I've made and others have made here on the team, and kind of look at some of these here, and then we've got the offer right here for you. So everybody, thanks a lot for joining the Auto Trader journey, and I hope you're making a lot of money with the system and enjoying it. So thanks again. Everybody have a great weekend. Bye now.